story time en inglés. Voy a explicar en inglés de manera muy pausada para que sea lo que se dice ahora que está muy de moda el inglés, story time en inglés lento. Y os explicaré una historia que da un poco de miedo porque es real, me pasó. Ya sabéis todos que en Inglaterra las casas ahí son muy antiguas. Y yo viví en una, la cual me dijeron que estaba llena de fantasmas, cosa la cual yo no creía en su momento. Pero me pasaron una serie de sucesos un poco raros que os voy a contar en inglés, ¿de acuerdo? Por lo tanto, parad atención, poner los subtítulos, yo también si puedo los voy a poner, y allá va la historia, que es real de cuando yo viví en Gales. Cuando era jovencita, tenía unos 19 años, nada más, lo más lento posible. Coged papel y lápiz, apuntar las palabras que no sepáis, etcétera. Ya voy. Well, when I was 19 years old, more or less, as you know, some of you know, I worked as an au pair in North Wales, in Holywell, for a while, as an au pair, and then I went some months to live in Finningrove, which is a little village by the seaside. It's very picturesque. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Well, I went there to live with my English boyfriend because I finished working as an au pair with my family, so I needed somewhere to live and I needed a change. I was very happy with my family. However, well, I had a boyfriend and we wanted to move in together. Okay. He was living at the time, in a flat, in a little apartment, which was a part of a building, a huge building called the Old Vicarage. The Old Vicarage is an old house, as the same word says, where nuns, vicars lived. So it was like kind of a church, but the house for the priests, the vicars, the nuns, as I said before. So the image, if you check on Google, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. It scares me. It still scares me nowadays. And he told me, well, we can live in my apartment for a while. In the meanwhile, we can search for a flat for the both of us, because in my flat, only one person can live, because it was a building that the owner of the building made little apartments for single people. So couples, families, children couldn't live there, like for students or just one person for each flat was allowed, okay? It was tiny. And also the bathroom was shared among all the people who lived there. I mean, we had our kitchen, our living room, but the toilet was shared, okay? Well, and I said, okay, I will come with you and I'll stay in the flat with you till we find somewhere, proper place for the both of us. And we agreed, okay, but he told me one thing. He said, there is one thing I have to tell you, Laura. In English, my name is not Laura, it's Laura. Well, and I said, what? Tell me. You should know, you have to know that I have to tell you that there are ghosts, there are presences, there are images, there are things that the people who live in the building have seen and have heard. Just to tell you, I have to warn you that maybe sometime you can hear some strange things. Maybe yes, maybe not. But some of the guests who live here have seen an old man appear and disappear, and well, ghosts. And I was like, flipping egg, that they say there. I can't believe it. I can't believe you're telling me that, because at that time I didn't believe in ghosts or anything. Later on, I have my doubts. Well, where I heard, well, one night I was there sleeping, and it was around 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. And remember that the building was only for singles, for one person, was young people. There weren't families, there were no children. And at 3 o'clock a.m. I wake up because of the sound of a lot of children coming out of a school. It was like laughter, shouting, when the typical sound of the time where all the children go to the playground, come out all together, and you can hear them. Well, that was it. So I heard a lot of children laughing, talking, speaking, and I was like, what the heck is that? After it lasted about maybe 30 seconds, no more, disappeared the sound of like a crowd, crowd of children. And I asked my boyfriend at that time, my English boyfriend, did you hear something last night? And he answered, what do you mean? All the children laughing and shouting like a lot of children? And I'm like, yeah. And he said, yes. Well, obviously, because before I told him, he knew what I was talking about. And I was like, oh no. And he said, well, I told you, you could experience these kind of things, but it's not dangerous. It's just an experience, and nobody ever got hurt about any of those ghosts. And I was like, oh my Lord. I'm getting scared right now talking about it, actually. Well, this was one thing. The other thing is that I was alone in the kitchen, and the kitchen and the living room was like connected, where no doors, no walls, was all together, all connected. And I was watching TV, I was alone, there was nobody, my boyfriend was at work, and suddenly I hear, ho ho, Merry Christmas! It was the sound of a Christmas card I had, and it was kept in a drawer of the kitchen, inside the drawer. So, well, I remember I froze. I didn't move till he came back from work, and then I explained what happened. I checked the drawer, and yes, the Christmas card was inside there, closed, normal. I mean, the sound of this only sounds when somebody opens the Christmas card. Why suddenly I heard the sound? Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. So scary, I was petrified, honestly. Well, I said to him, I'm sorry, I can't put up with this anymore. I'm scared, I can't sleep, I'm scared all the time about seeing things. I go to the bathroom, have a shower, and it takes me just like no more than 1 minute because I'm scared of being there, having a shower alone. Well, I just couldn't handle it anymore. And finally we decided to move out, and well, we moved out. But yes, that is another thing. There's another thing I forgot. One night I also heard somebody whispering my name on my ear, just here by my side, so clear, so real. Well, and that's the story time of today. I hope you enjoyed it. And what do you think? Ghosts exist? Let me know in the comments.